Right. Hi, everybody. Hello. Hello. Um, Thank you for coming. Thanks for being here. And we are going to start by, as we always do, taking time to get comfortable and get settled. Um, so do really allow yourself that opportunity. Remembering what a blessing and what a beautiful gift it is to be part of this community that has been built and created over time. To feel the support and uplift of being accompanied by others, both those of us who are able to be physically present and those who join us electronically, to be supported and lifted up by a community of people who have found that this kind of quiet, this kind of peaceful gathering and accompanying is valuable and worthwhile, and who have come to understand over time that when this kind of time is shared communally, it can deepen our sense of being awake in our own lives, of being aware of our surroundings, being aware of not only the words that are spoken to us by others that we encounter, but of the emotions, the feelings, the yearnings and longings that may be under those words. And a blessing by helping over time to enable us to access a state of mind and heart in which there is spaciousness, in which we are able to observe and encounter the varied experiences of our lives, while perhaps not feeling quite so battered or stymied by all the surprises, both pleasant and unpleasant, that are part of being human and alive in this world. And perhaps it is not overstating the case to say that this kind of practice can remind us that even in this world, with its heartache and division, this gathering is proof and reassurance that love is yet possible, that peace and goodwill are still possible, that compassion and justice and again love still abide even in this world, and that it is good, and perhaps even more than good, it is necessary if we are to keep acting in this world with chachma, with wisdom, with savlanut, with patience, to remind ourselves in this way that the possibility of goodness is within us and that we can bring it to this world, that even in this world there can be tikva, there can be hope, that goodness still abides and that all is not lost. When we say the word shalom, we may be aware, we may have been taught that shalom means hello and goodbye and also peace. And that is all true. Shalom is a greeting, it is a goodbye, and it does mean peace. But shalom comes from the Hebrew root shalem, which means to be whole or complete. True shalom in the deepest sense is not merely an absence of shouting, an absence of open confrontation or hostility. It is wholeness. It is acceptance. It is completeness. Let yourself, in this moment, in this place, in this time, be open to that kind of wholeness, that kind of shalom. And let that be a reminder, however that sensation of shalom, whatever its nature, its quality, let that be a reminder that shalom too is real and is possible. And that it can begin as a seed planted in your heart, and that it can grow from there. So let your attention shift ever so slightly toward taking in the totality of the experience of breathing. And that might include the subtle movements of your rib cage and abdomen as you breathe in and out. It might include the sensation of the breath flowing in and out of your mouth or nose. And it might even appear to you in a sensation of being grounded on the earth and drawing the breath up from your feet through your ankles, lower and upper legs, and into your abdomen. The breath rooting and grounding you on this planet, this earth. We'll spend a couple of minutes just being with the experience of breathing, feeling that breath come and go, and coming back to the breath as many times as necessary whenever you realize that your mind has slipped away from taking an interest in your breath. So we're going to sing together a nigun, a melody that we've sung from time to time in the past. We used to sing it in the sanctuary on Shabbat morning when there was a bar bat mitzvah celebration. It's kind of a joyful way to start Shabbat morning, and it does have some Hebrew words, but we'll just let them go for now, and we'll sing it through a few times. It's like this. Lie, 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 lie. Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. La 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 ya la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. More singing. Greatest hits. Ozi v'zimratya. Yeah? Ozi v'zimratya v'yehi li lishua. 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 One more. Let's see. How about this one? I am alive. I am alive. I am alive. I'm alive. And what is this aliveness I am? And who is this aliveness I am? And how is this aliveness I am? Is it not the Holy Blessed One? I am alive. I am alive. I am alive. I'm alive. And what is this aliveness I am? And who is this aliveness I am? And how is this aliveness I am? Is it not the Holy Blessed One? I am alive. I am alive. I am alive. I'm alive. When you are ready to do so, you are welcome to let your eyes open. And we are going to pick up with a little Mariv, little evening prayers. Starts on page 4, if you want to follow in the prayer book with Baruch. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. And on the next page, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bikaro ma'ariv arabim, v'chochma poteach sha'arim, uvitbuna meshane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umisater et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakia kirsono. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, Uma'avir yom u'mevi laila, uma'avir ben yom u'ben laila, sa'ot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, ama'ariv arabim. And on the next page, Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, b'shofeinu u'b'kumeinu, nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'b'mitzvotecha, le'olam va'ed. Ki heim chayeinu, v'orach yameinu, u'bahem neket yomam v'layla. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad, Baruch Shem kevod malchuto le'olam va'ed. So welcome to have a seat. And we are going to continue with V'ahavta over on page 12. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol lebavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadavarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta ba'am v'shivtecha b'beitecha u'v'lechtecha v'aderech u'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam le'ot hayadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'ktavtam amazuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, l'hiyot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. And on page 16, Mi chamocha. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, osef ele malchutecha ra'u vanecha bokeya yam lifte Moshe u'Miriam zeli anu ve'yamru anu ve'yamru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed v'ne'emar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov Ugalo miyad chazak mimenu Baruch Ata Adonai Gaal Yisrael. Page 18. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. May there be spread over us, here, over all people everywhere, a sukat shalom, a shelter of true wholeness and peace. Uferos aleinu sukat shlomecha uferos aleinu sukat shlomecha la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 uferos aleinu sukat shlomecha la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Page 20. Yikadav yikadash shemei Rabba b'yamad yivarach yirutei b'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayedecha beit Yisrael ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen Yehi shmei Rabba mivarach v'alam olamei elmaya Yitbarach Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudesha b'richu leila min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran b'yama v'imru amen. So, we move over to page 74 for the tefillah, and we will chant the first few blessings together, and then just move ahead into our own prayers, so you can sit down when you're finished.
It's a cricket.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mei Geulah Livnei B'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo V'Yahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'Ezrat Sarah. Ata Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol, Ata Rav L'Hoshia, Morid Ata. Mechalkel Chaim v'Chesed, Mechayei HaKol, V'Rachamim Rabim. Somech noflim v'rofech olim, U'matir asurim. Umekayim amonato lishenei afar. Chamocha ba'al gevurot u'mido melach melech memit u'mechaye u'matzmiach Yeshua v'ne'eman ata l'chayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai mechaye hakol Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh u'kadoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha selah Baruch atah Adonai hayeh hakadosh. Yehiyu leratzon imrefi veheyoni bi lefanecha Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri v'goali. Good evening, everybody. Erev Tov. So, if you're lucky, I think, then whether it is an elementary school or middle school or high school or college or grad school or however far you go, you are lucky enough to have one teacher, maybe two, who really make an impression on you. Maybe because they see you as a person, or maybe because they are not just a teacher, but kind of a mentor or a role model, and you look at them as someone with qualities that you aspire to. I think if you hit more than two, you're just blessed, in a lifetime. Um, so one of my teachers that I felt that way about when I was in rabbinical school um, was a rabbi named Jerome Molino. He was the founding rabbi of um, United Hebrew Congregation, is the name of the synagogue in Danbury, Connecticut. Uh, he founded the congregation right out of rabbinical school and was the rabbi there for, I don't know, 40 years, maybe even in the low 40s. So you can imagine the, um, just the relationships, the richness of those relationships, and all the time he had spent with so many people. And I really admired him. I really looked up to him, and he was really uh, present, I felt, to me at times of doubt, and I would say even despair in my life. Um, I don't remember very many of us in grad school being particularly happy. Maybe that's sort of endemic to being in grad school, but he was one of those people who really sustained me. And in fact, one of the things, and I may have shared this with you before, that he said to me at one point when I was sitting in his office, and he was quite elderly by the time he was teaching us. I mean, his knees were really bad. He had a hard time standing and sitting, and but we would sit and talk, and I would tell him about all my doubts and all my fears about maybe with with job application, with job interviews like looming. I'm sitting in his office saying, I don't know, do I really want to be a rabbi? Do I know? Do I don't feel like I know anything? Da, 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 da. And all these doubts and all this anguish. And he was the person who said to me, he said, I'm not worried about you with all your doubts. He says to me, your doubts mean that you belong here because you know enough to know that there's a lot you don't know. He said, I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about your classmates who think they know everything. Yeah, and then he said something really kind of brutally, like I sort of sat up. He said, all your colleagues, all your classmates who think they know something, wait until the first time they have to bury someone's child. He said, and then they're going to know that they don't know anything, right? And it was like a slap across the face, but it was also just really like wow. Um, so as I said, he was a really remarkable guy. He, for example, he founded this congregation, but he had a lot of beliefs, and one of his beliefs was that synagogue shouldn't get too big. So one of the things that he said when he founded the congregation, he said, that if the congregation ever got bigger than 400 families, he would leave. He didn't want to be or and so the congregation kept him, and that's why his congregation in Denver spun off all these other congregations because they had this limit. He was also a lifetime pacifist, a really like ideological pacifist, which, as you can imagine, was a pretty hard thing to be during the Second World War, especially once the American Jewish community began to get wind of what was going on in Nazi-occupied Europe. And he stuck to his guns. And Danbury has a naval base, a shipyard, and it was the custom for clergy to be invited to bless the troops before they sailed for Europe. And he told us the story about how he went to bless the troops. And what he said to them, he told me, I remember this, I'm sure he told this story to lots of people. He said, I pray that you go in peace and come in peace, but remember, it is not for this that you were created. Which was a heck of a thing to say to, people going off to war. And all kinds of other like amazing stories. He was also the kind of person who had the kind of classical like education that like nobody really gets anymore. Where like you'd be having casual conversations with him, and he'd be dropping quotes from William James, and you'd get a little Shakespeare, you get a little Aristotle, I mean, just this is kind of what it was like talking to him. Anyway, one of the stories that he told me around this time, again, these are stories it wasn't just me that I'm sure he would tell to other people, was that, and it was in this period of like doubting, like, who am I to be a rabbi and all this, that on the day of his ordination, and he was ordained from what was the rabbinical school. Now the Reform Rabbinical School has this unwieldy hyphenated name. It's called Hebrew Union College hyphen Jewish Institute of Religion, because originally it was Hebrew Union College in Cincinnati and the JIR, the Jewish Institute of Religion in New York, and eventually the two of them merged together. So he graduated from the Jewish Institute of Religion when it was still separate and independent. And he told a story that someone came up to him and said, well, Jerome, what are you planning on doing now that you've been ordained? I don't know whether he just like answered like this or whether he thought about it or imagined later that he had said it, because it would be like, what's the name of the really famous TV writer who writes all those great shows? Aaron Sorkin, right? It'd be like Aaron Sorkin, like writing your dialogue, right? This person says to him, so Jerome, what are you going to do now that you're getting out of rabbinical school? What are you planning on doing? And his response, according to him, was, now that I'm graduating from rabbinical school, I plan on continuing my preparation for the rabbinate. I never understood how smart that was until actually getting out there and doing this work. Um, there are things that I have learned about being a rabbi. I've been a rabbi now almost 40 years, and there are things that I have learned really significant things about being a rabbi that I have learned in the past 18 months, you know, and before. Um, and inevitably, there are also things that I've learned about myself and about life. And you know, think about the learning that you have if those of us who are parents being a parent and how you never have that like nailed. Got this down. Right? Just not the way it works, right? Because you're a moving target and your kids are a moving target, or being someone's spouse, their life partner, right? It's like, oh, I got this, that. No, you don't, right? There's always you're continuing your preparation, um, which is actually, I think, a profoundly hopeful way of looking at things, which is that there's always something to learn, and and you never stop. You never stop. Um, so I think that applies to us in the various roles that we have in our lives, the important roles in our work, in our family life, um, and I think it also applies to communities as well. And that was sort of the thing that I wanted to say, which is um, you, through your participation, have helped to develop this beautiful gathering, this beautiful, beautiful gathering. Um, and I know that you will continue to carry this forward. Um, and will it be exactly the same? No. But what is? What stays exactly the same? In fact, we might say that the only thing that stays exactly the same over time is something that's not alive. If it's alive, it grows and it changes. Um, um, and so um, I want to take this time really to just express appreciation to you for all that you have taught me over this time, and it's a lot. It's really a lot. Um, uh, and this has also been one of those practices and one of those aspects of doing this kind of work where I definitely feel like I have gotten more than I have given. And I'm not saying that just no, I'm not. Stop. No, I mean, I'm not saying that just to like say something canned that sounds whatever. But I really do. And if nothing else, do you think I would sit down every Wednesday afternoon and do this for 45 minutes? If not this? Let me disabuse you of that, right? So thank you for the gift of making this happen. Um, it has been calendar practice in the past to remind you that we haven't met in July, right? We picked up again in August because people go away and stuff like that. As I mentioned to you, I've spoken to Rabbi Young, David Young, about this, and he certainly expressed interest in this continuing. And so I would expect that this will pick up again in um, in August, uh, and and be the as I will learn because like again like my preparation, right? Being an interim rabbi is a very different gig than being a long-term rabbi. The dynamics are different, your goals are different, so um, be be both supportive and communicative about what you need and what you want, and it's going to be great. It's going to be just fine. Um, So, having said that, uh, let's go. Let's wrap this up. Page page sticker on the inside back cover. I always say that. And we're gonna go over to Alinu. Somebody was practicing in here. Alinu l'shabeach ladon hako, latekenu la liyotze bereshit, shehu asanu k'shomrei ha'adama, vehu samanu k'shlichei haTorah, shehu sam chayenu itam, v'goraleinu im kol ha'olam, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. Counting of the Omer, page 570. Counting of the Omer runs for 49 days, and the 50th day is Shavuot. Tonight begins the 44th day. Ooh. Ooh. All you Omer fans out there. So next Wednesday morning is the Shavuot morning, festival morning service. It includes Yizkor, the memorial prayers. It will be led by Rabbi Levi, because without realizing that, I think that's the day the movers are supposed to show up, so I will probably not be here. But Rabbi Levi will, and she will lead that service. So we're the 44th day, which is Arba'im v'Arba. Okay, Alec, how many weeks and how many days is it?
6 weeks and 2 days.
Thank you. Spoken as a STEM person, right there. Yeah, okay. 6 weeks and 2 days. Okay, you ready? Hineni muchan u'mezuman lekayem mitzvat aseh shel svirat ha'omer. I am ready to fulfill the mitzvah of the counting of the Omer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al svirat ha'omer. Our praise to you, Adonai, sovereign of all, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to count the Omer. Okay. Hayom, Arba'im v'Arba, Yom, Shehem, Shisha Shavuot, Shnei Yamim, La Omer. Okay, today is tonight begins the 44th day, which is 6 weeks and 2 days of the Omer. God bless you and thank you, Alec, for that arithmetic. And so for the Kaddish, which is on page 598, I wanted to mention the name of Lupe Gonzalez. So Lupe, who you knew, Stuart, Lupe was Tony, yeah. In fact, I was speaking to her daughter today, and her daughter mentioned specifically that I should say hello to you because you always used to come to the kitchen and be nice and say hi. Lupe was Tony Davila's sister, one of his siblings. I found out today, I did not know this, that she was a seamstress. And then she started working at the Child Development Center here. A lot of Tony's relatives at a certain point, like half the temple employees were relatives of Tony in one way or another. And she taught in the CDC, and she used to help out around the temple also, like putting out the onegs and things like that in the kitchen. And even for a period of time, she worked for Sandra and me, just doing some help around the house and little nannying on the side and things like that. And she was a big-hearted, lovely, loving, meticulous person. And so I wanted to mention that Lupe. She was great. Anybody else have a name to mention?
When did that happen?
Today, I think. Today or yesterday. I just got a call. I spoke to her sister, Joanna, maybe, something like that. Yeah. Remember, Dan, your mother?
Yes.
Anybody else?
Gertrude from Francis Leibowitz and Lisa.
How old did Ruth live to be?
101.
101 years old. Yep.
All died on June 6th.
Wow. Okay. Yitkadal v'yikadash shemei Rabba v'alma tivarach hirutei v'amlich malchutei v'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael v'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach la'alam u'la'almei amaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudesha berichu la'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran b'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'ramav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. You can make a little circle here, like. Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, our God, God of our mothers and fathers, source of all life. May the bonds of shared experience and memory and friendship that have grown here among us continue to be a source of strength and community and love for all of us. Yivarechacha Adonai v'yishmerecha, may the Holy One bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'choneka, may the Holy One shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, may the Eternal One be with you and help you to find true shalom, wholeness, integrity, and peace in a world, we pray someday soon, of justice, safety, healing, equality, and peace for all who dwell on earth. And together we say, Amen. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Steve.
Sort of a big shout out to Jill for painting rocks on the
I
labyrinth.
saw the pictures. Yeah,
And
thank
your
you. Thank you for that. I saw it.
board.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, all the little like spheroid things are there. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
had put stickies, so
I put stickies. I
so
put
we
stickers.
converted your stickies into painters.
Oh, thank
Jill
you.
did, actually.
They were pretty tacky looking, so I appreciate it. Stickies and like magic marker.
Enjoy that.
And I know, and there's
food.
There's food,
Yeah.
so everybody go enjoy food. Yay!
And you too.
Yeah, I will.
Shout out to Joe and Ellen for
Well,
taking care of
so
the
I have to whack it first and then gather it up.